Everyone, so today we're gonna be solving the 4.7 geometry quiz for the periodic, and let's start. So this chapter is about sine rule, cosine rule, and area of a triangle rule. So here we have given our ST with side ST, so it's a triangle, and they're giving us that one of our angles is 30 and the other is 60. Whenever they just tell you, before even you start solving, always read the question. If you find one of the angles 30 and the other 60, no, it is a right triangle with the angles, it's a semi-equilateral triangle. So this angle would be 90, this angle would be 30, and wait, actually let me draw the letters. So R, S, T. So R is 30 and T is 60. So whenever you have a triangle like this, just know it's a right triangle. And they told you that ST is 10 radical 3. So what is the value of RS? Now look, if it is a right triangle with the angles 30 and 60, so if it's a semi-equilateral triangle, know one thing, that the side opposite to 30, this one, so ST equals half the hypotenuse, and that the side opposite to 60 is either, so opposite to 60, which here is RS, is either hypotenuse radical 3 over 2, or if you don't have the hypotenuse, short leg radical 3. Short leg radical 3. So here we need to find RS, and we do not have the hypotenuse. So since we don't have the hypotenuse, we're just going to do short leg radical 3. So our long leg radical 3. This is our short leg, sorry, my bad. So long leg radical 3. So you're going to take your long leg, which is the one opposite 30, and then multiply it by radical 3. So 10 radical 3 times radical 3. The radicals are going to cancel out with each other and make it only 3. So 10 times 3, which is 30. Making this side equal to 30. And that's it. If they asked you for the hypotenuse, you take this leg and multiply it by 2. So the hypotenuse would be 20 radical 3, my bad. So that's it for this question. Now, moving on. Now, this question is telling you in the figure below, sine x equals 6 over k, where k is a whole number to be determined. What's the value of k? Now here, for this question, we have to use the sine rule, since they want sine x. What is the sine rule? The sine rule means that if we have a triangle A, B, C, you have to name this side small a, the one opposite to B, small b, and the one opposite to C, small c. It means that sine of angle A over small a equals sine angle B over small b equals sine angle C over small c. Or that it's A over sine angle A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. Any two of these. By the way, both of them are going to give you the same answer because you're cross multiplying. So what we're going to do is we're going to use, I prefer personally using, oh wait, I erased the one I prefer using. I prefer using that one. So I'm just going to write it again. So A over sine angle A equals B over sine angle B. By the way, you don't have to have all three sides. You need to have a minimum of two. You either need two sides, one angle, or two angles, one side. Either one will work. So here, I'm going to name my triangle ABC. And this side would be A, this side would be C, and this side would be small b. So here they gave us side C and we need to find angle C. And they gave us side A and angle A. So let's start. So 14 radical 2 over the angle sine of 45 equals what's it called? So equals 24, which is small c, over sine x. Now on your calculator, I want you to cross multiply them. So I want you to put sine 45 times 24, then equals divide by 14 radical 2. It's gonna give you equals 6 over, sine x equals 6 over 7. And yes, it matters, because if they ask you for x, what I want you to do is press shift, sine, and then answer, or 6 over 7. Then you're gonna get your x, which is 58.9, so 59. But since they did not ask you what is x, they asked you what is sine x, just put 6 over 7, or since here they asked for k, only 7. And that is it. Now, moving on to the next one. Here they're asking us, you have a triangle ABC. So A, B, C. With side BC equal to 6, side AC equal to 11, and angle C is 60. So if they give you like this, and they're asking you, what is AB squared? Little hint, if any time they ask you for one of the sides squared, they want cosine rule. But either way, if they didn't tell you, if they give you two sides, one angle, and they're asking you for the third side, you have to do cosine rule. So what's the cosine rule? Cosine rule is AB squared, or any side you want squared, equals the sides that surround the angle, the other two sides. So it's gonna equal the other two sides plus squared, so 11 squared plus 6 squared, minus 2 times the two sides. So let me just redraw this down. A, B squared equals 11 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 11 times 6. And you multiply all of this by cosine of the angle they give you, or the angle that's inside these two sides. Once you put all this in your calculator, you're gonna get that AB squared equals 91. And that's what you do if they ask you for the side. So you do, if they're asking you for this side, you do side number 1 squared minus plus side number 2 squared minus 2 times side 1 and side 2 times cosine of the angle. And you're gonna get your answer. And if they ask you for what is AB, not AB squared, it's equal to radical 91. If they ask for the exact answer to however many decimal points, just put it in your calculator and find it. Now moving on. Here they gave us an triangle, and they're asking us for side B. And they told us side C is 40. Angle C, or sine of angle C, is 0.5. If they give you the sine, they want sine rule, but that just easily. And sine of angle B is 0.8. That's not the angles, this is the sine of the angles. Be careful. So they want B. So B over sine of B, which is 0.8, equals C, which is 40, over sine of angle C, which they give you is 0.5. Then I want you to do on your calculator 0.8 times 40 divided by 0.5. I'm just going to do it on my calculator to make sure. 0.8 times 40 divided by 0.5. You're going to get B equals 64. And that is correct. Now, let's move on. Here, again, they give you the sines of all your angles, and they want you to find side AB. So they want you to find this side. I'm gonna name this side C, this side B, and this side A. So we have angle A, and we have side C and angle C. And they want to find AB, which is the same as small c. So C, small c, over the sine of 30, which they gave it to us 0.5, equals, let's use angle B, or well, side B, 36, over sine of 37, which is around 0.6. Again, cross multiply, so 0.5 times 36, and then divided by 0.6, you're gonna get C equals to 30. And C is the same as AB, so AB equals 30. Now, let's move on to the next one. Here, they're telling us you have a triangle. Angle A is 60. Angle C, side C is 10. Angle B is 13. Here they want side A squared. Again, if they asked you for a side squared, they want cosine rule, and either way, they gave you two sides, one angle, and they're asking you for the third side. So, A squared equals 10 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 10 times 12 times cosine of the angle they gave you, which is cosine 60. So you could do it on your calculator. So 10 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 10 times 12 times cosine of 60 will give you, wait, I got a wrong answer. Oh yeah, sorry, I wrote this down as 12, it's 13. I forgot to read it, so this is 13. So let me re-put my numbers in. It's supposed to be 13, not 12, my bad. I read the question wrong. And you're gonna get A squared equals 139. That's your answer. Please read the sides and the angles and the numbers right, so you don't make a mistake like that in the exam. Now moving on. Here again, they're telling you you have a triangle with 3 sides and 2 angles, and they're asking you for cosine of A. So you need to use cosine rule if they're asking you for cosine of an angle. So they're asking you for cosine of angle A. Now listen, when they're asking you for cosine of an angle and they're not asking you for a side, I want you to do this. So cosine of angle A equals the 2 sides that make up or that surround angle A. I need you to draw 2 lines around angle A, and these are your sides that you're gonna use. So it's equal to 9 squared plus 18 squared minus 15 squared, and the minus is like this, over 2 times 9 times 18. That's what you do when they ask you for an angle. So now when you do that in your calculator, so 9 squared plus 18 squared minus 15, make sure you put a bracket around the 15 because you're subtracting from it, and it might give you a wrong answer, over 2 times 9 times 18. You're gonna get cosine of A equals 5 over 9. If they ask you for A, they didn't, but if they do, A equals cosine to the power -1, which is shift cosine on your calculator, 5 over 9. Which, let me just find it for the fun of it, and it's gonna be 56.25, whatever. But like I said, the questions here don't ask, so we don't need to know it for the questions. Unless they do ask, then you need to know it. Now, moving on. They're asking you here, use the approximation of sine 37 to be 0.6 and find the area of the triangle. Now there's a third formula, which is the area of a triangle formula. So for this formula, area of a triangle equals half this half the sides they give you, half any two sides. So let's say here they gave you side A and side C and angle B. So you do half AC times sine of angle B. Okay? Let's say they gave you side B and side A, then you do half BA times sine of angle C. Whatever they give you. So, and let's say they gave you side BC and angle A, then half BC times sine of angle A. Here, this is the equation we use for this question. So half 20 times 22 times sine of 37, which they told us is approximately 0.6. So don't put sine, listen, in the exam, if they give you sine 37 is almost 0.6, don't put sine 37 on your calculator. They gave you what they want you to use. So don't go put sine 37 on your calculator, just put what they told you to use, which here is 0.6, which I accidentally copied down as 0.9 somehow. So half, so 0.5 times 20 times 22 times 0.6 is going to give you 132. And that's it for this question. Now let's move on. Okay, so here they gave you side C, which is 52, sine of angle C. The sine of it is 0.8, and sine of angle B, which is 0.4. They're asking you for the value of this side B. So B over sine B, 0.4, equals C, which is 52, over sine C, which is 0.8. Again, you do 0.4 times 52, divide by 0.8. You're going to get side B equals 26. And that's it for this question. Let's move on. Okay, now we're on our last question. They're asking you, find the value of y. They told you that one of your sides is 200 and then you have two angles. So what we do is, this is x here, and you have 35, and they gave you side small x. They didn't give you small z, but they gave you that you need to find small y. So we need to do sine of angle, so x, which is 200, over sine of angle x. What is angle x? They gave us two angles, and we need to use the sum of the angle theorem to find the third one. So to find angle x equals 180 minus 35 plus 115. So 35 plus 115 gives us 150. 180 minus 150 is 30. So this angle is 30. Now for sine 30, it's half, I think. Let me just check, make sure. Yeah, it's half. So anyways, doesn't matter, we have calculators. So 200 over sine 30 equals 2 y over sine 35. Sine 35, they told you use 0.57. So then you do 0.57 times 200 divided by sine 30, or 0.5, or which is half. You're gonna get y equals 228. And that's it for this quiz. Again, I just need you to, I'm gonna write one more time the rules. So a over sine A equals b over sine B equals c over sine C. That's your sine rule. I'm just gonna write the rule. Cosine, it has 2. If they're asking you for an angle, so actually let me start with side. If they're asking you for AB squared, or if a squared, you do b squared plus c squared minus 2bc times cosine of a. And if they're asking you for a side, an angle, so if they're asking you for cosine of a, let's say, you do side b squared plus c squared minus a squared over, wait, let me just make sure I'm not giving, over 2 times bc. And if they want the area of a triangle, you do half AB sine times sine C, or whatever they give you. All the letters I used here, you can just switch them out for whatever case they give you, but it's always going to be the same equations. Let me erase everything that's not to do with the equations for anyone who just wants the equations. And these are your 4 technically equations. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.